Hey, great to see you back in the gym, Izzy, with the boss. Um, Before we talk about what's just been announced, can we go back to the Yarns fight
Yes,
for a
definitely.
second?
Yeah, easy. What do you want to know?
Well, there's an old saying in the fight game that you learn more from a loss than you do from a win, and I just wonder what you took away from the fight against Yarn.
A lot. I took a lot of bits and pieces away from what he told me and from my experience in the fight as well. I'd say the main thing for me was just, I guess, reshuffling the deck that I have, which I've done now, and I feel much better in this camp because of the switch around with some trainings, and we're still working on some stuff. But yeah, I feel much better, much fresher, and also in that fight, just patience. I should have done what I did in my previous fight before that, which was practice patience. That's what I was saying before, lead up to the Costa fight. So in the last 2 rounds, when I knew he was tired, I rushed a little bit. I put my foot on the gas a little bit. And as a veteran that he is, he realized that I was going to put the foot on the gas, and he just ducked underneath and body locked. So yeah, credit to him. But yeah, I learned a fair bit.
You got a lot of kudos for that because a lot of people weren't expecting that to be so close going into the last round. Yeah. And I thought he gave you a lot of credit too, by the way he fought. He fought you different than he fought other fighters. Yeah. That shows a lot of respect that he had for you.
I agree, yeah, and he gave me a lot of respect in the post-fight interview talking about my punching power, but yeah, I feel like, respect was earned much like before the fight because he didn't fight us the way he fought other people, so we're expecting him to bum rush a lot to his random blitz, and yeah, waiting on that a little bit, but yeah, he gave me my respect and so did we.
And the other thing with when he was on the ground, there was once he looked like he was going to go for the ground to pound and you just about got away and he changed tactics.
Exactly, yeah, he knew if he let me back up it was over, so he was just like, fuck. As a veteran move in this fight game, anyone knows, like yourself, Tony, if you're ahead on the scorecards and you don't want to take anything too risky when it's the last round, what do? Just stall it out. So he stalled it out and did just enough for the referee to not stand it up because he knew, like, if he gave me any space, I'll squirm my way out of there. But yeah, like I said, credit to him, full credit to his team, and yeah, can't wait for the next one, which we have already lined up.
Yeah, well, that was something I was going to ask you, Eugene, because everybody thought that it was probably going to be Robert Whittaker, and then it comes back and it's not. It's the Italian.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles. For me, it's a very strange decision. Like, like if you give us a situation. Or even if you take the last fight, we were going in with multiple injuries. There's certain things that you just don't turn down. Don't matter what, don't matter how much family you got waiting for you, or not trying to be insensitive towards his family time and all of that. But there's certain things in this sport, you reach a certain pinnacle that you've been working and you don't give them away. And so it was very unexpected for us. Like if the shoe's on the other foot, we're fighting through. His arm's falling off. All of my guys, their arms falling half off. We're still fighting. As it comes to the title, the decision gets made for you. You make whatever sacrifices are necessary. But I mean, Robert, he makes his own decisions. He was given the opportunity, as I understand, by the UFC, and. Yeah, I guess it's gone to Vettori, and Robert has to, when you turn down an opportunity like that, just like we know, when you turn down an opportunity like that, now you have to sit at the back of the list again. Now he goes into the poll again, which is unfortunate for him, but he has his reason for making his decision, but now he's, as far as we're concerned, he said no, so he's in the pool again, Now it's Vettori. Now there's all these guys coming up. There's Holland. There's Till. He was able to separate himself from that. Unfortunately, for whatever personal reasons, he hasn't taken the fight. But now he goes back into that pool and has to keep fighting to earn a spot, just like we would have to if we refused the title shot. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that decision. But Vettori's the one that stepped up, so he's the one that we're fully concentrating on at the moment.
Same thoughts from you?
Yeah, I was looking forward to fighting Robert again because I liked his last performance. Out of him and Vettori, he had the more impressive performance, and that was something that made me like, okay, you're worthy. But Vettori, I honestly still don't think he's worthy of a title shot because you can't be number 6 on the rankings, beat number 10, and then jump up to number 3. You know, that's why I never really gave a shit about rankings anyway. But I wasn't as excited for that fight until I saw my man Kamaru dismantle Jorge Masvidal back-to-back. Not for Kamaru, but for Jorge. Kamaru beat Jorge, went on and knocked out Gilbert Burns, and then called out Jorge again and said, I want to fight that guy, and this time I'm going to finish him. And he did just that. And Jorge fought him back-to-back and lost back-to-back. So just to put that nail in the coffin and silence him, and he did. So watching that kind of inspired me, like, because this cunt, somehow he just still thinks he's won that fight. He still thinks, he holds on to the loss to me better than his biggest win. Like, his loss to me is his biggest win of his career, according to him. You know, so I kind of want to put that final nail in the coffin and just shut him up and let it be known, no doubt. So that's the motivation for this fight. Now, after seeing Kamaru do that to Jorge, I'm inspired to do this to this guy as well.
Do you see anything from the first time you fought that he's changed that would give you any trouble at all?
To be honest, from the first time he could have given me trouble, but we're ahead of the game, so yeah, we still are. He's gotten better just a little bit, but we've gotten better exponentially. That's the difference. And maybe his wrestling might have gotten better from what I've seen, maybe, but so has mine. You know, and they can all look at my last fight, and I hope they're all underestimating me and thinking, oh, let's just go and take him down. It's like, yeah, you didn't try that the first time. You didn't try it the second time. But yeah, I look forward to this one.
And you're going to have your teammate Brad Riddell on the card with you?
Yeah, definitely. I always like having like another fighter on the card just because we get to be in the camp together and go through this shit together. So yeah, and Brad also, like, unfortunately with his last fight, you know, he has canceled on the day of the fight, but now I know he's going to be hungry to destroy as well.
Eugene, did you try and get more fighters? You know, you always said that you'd like 3 or even more on the card when you go away.
Yeah, well, look, yeah, Dan tried to get on, but all of the appropriate opponents for him are all busy, so he's in like a holding pattern. And then Shane's going to take a bit of time off, Carlos is going to take a bit of time off, and then Kai's taking a wee bit of time off. So they're looking at probably later in the year, maybe on Alex's card when he fights, what's his name? Ortega, sorry. So yeah, they're looking at later in the year. So yeah, just these two for now, which is going to be refreshing. Like, it gets quite difficult when there's like 3 or 4 of them on the card. So it would be nice to just concentrate on a couple of them.
Any thoughts of, do you stay down at middleweight next, or do you go up to...
Oh no, we stay at middleweight. This is my division, so I'm going to stay here for a little bit and, yeah, lap the division again. So, yeah, because now I'm going to have to start fighting guys that I've already fought before, recycling opponents, if you will, unless some new challenger comes up out of the rankings and shows me something special. So, for now, yeah, back at middleweight, rule it with an iron black fist, and... yeah, the story's not over yet. Eventually, we'll go back up to 205 and do what we set out to do.
Hey, thanks very much.
Yes. Like I said last time, you're the best. Fuck every other NZ media that...
Shut up.
Where do I go? Where do I go?
I said the truth, that's what.